Hello, 20. So this is lesson number 4, concentration calculations of acids and bases and their ions. So this is pretty much the same as the solutions unit, just a little different, and I'll show you why. This is a really important thing for our next lesson. So make sure you know how to do these and you understand how to do these. If you did it in solutions and you understand how to do the concentration of ions, awesome. You're sitting pretty. If you need a little more practice, well, here they are. Okay, so two questions here, and two examples I'm going to go through. So what is the concentration of both ions in a solution of 0.5 moles per liter of barium hydroxide? So barium hydroxide, we write out our compound, is an ionic compound, and it's going to be a solid at room temperature. This is going to be one of our strong bases because hydroxide is present. So when it gets placed into water, well, it's going to break into its barium ions and its hydroxide ions. And we get 2 hydroxide and 1 barium ion there. So what we just do is we look back at the question. We did our dissociation equation. Now, what did they give us? Well, they gave us the concentration of barium, and our concentration is 0.500 moles per liter. So we can just find the concentration of barium ions and the concentration of hydroxide ions from this. So to start, concentration of barium ions. Well, we start with what we know. We have 0.500 moles of barium hydroxide for every 1 liter. So we're just going to times that times our mole ratio. We have 1 mole of barium ions and 1 mole of barium hydroxide. So again, that mole ratio doesn't go away, especially for the last part of chem here. It's going to keep on coming back and back and back. This is something you need to have for Chem 30 as well. So the reason we got these numbers from, we have a 1 here and a 1 here, right? They're just imaginary because we don't need to write them. And so the ratio is 1 to 1. So our barium ion concentration is simply going to be the exact same thing at 0.500 moles per liter. That's the barium ion, and we would box our answer, underline it. I'm not going to box it for this case because I'll make a mess. Second one here, this is what becomes more important, is the concentration of hydroxide ions. So we start with the same thing. We have 0.500 moles of barium hydroxide for every 1 liter. And we're going to multiply that times our mole ratio. We are looking for how many moles of hydroxide we have for every mole of barium hydroxide. So that's this guy here. We have 1 and 2. So our ratio is 2 to 1. That guy is going to cancel out this one. And then what we're left with is our moles of hydroxide per liter. So that's going to give us a concentration of hydroxide to be 1.00 moles per liter. So just to recap, remember these square brackets mean concentration, and there's our concentration. This is the important thing because when in our next lesson, we will be using this to figure out certain variables and what things are, and this will affect things like pH and pOH, okay, which we'll learn about in our next lesson. But yeah, there you go. There's the important part. Being able to calculate both of those, make sure you know how to do that. Our second example, what is the concentration of both ions in a solution of 5.4 grams of perchloric acid in 200 milliliters? So, little more complex question, but I'm just gonna actually move this up for a second. Sorry. And now we have, sorry, got more room to write now. So, first thing we gotta do, we have perchloric acid. So we write out what our compound is. We have HClO4, aqueous. This is a strong acid. And when we react it with water, we have 100% ionization because it's a strong acid, and we get our hydronium as well as a perchlorate ion. So here is our equation that we got to start here. This is a nice segue into understanding what stoichiometry is going to look like, because this is, well, we've done stoic, but this is kind of what we do in our stoichiometry. So it tells us we have a mass of 5.4, sorry, 5.4 grams. And they also tell us that we have our volume of what we're dealing with. That's 200 milliliters. And then it's asking for the concentration of each ion. So we have also here, oh, I can type volume, which is 200 milliliters or 0.200 liters. Because we're dealing with gram of concentration, we should just convert it to liters. We often use liters in concentration. We want to find the concentration of this as well as the concentration of this. So what we do is we start off, I'm just going to go through unit analysis on this. If you want to do step by step, that's also fine. Actually, we'll do both. Why not? So step one for this is to find the number of moles, because we have this and we want to get concentration. So our concentration, we don't know right now, but we know that the formula for concentration is going to be step two. Is C equals N over V. So we have volume, we don't have N. So to find N, we have to use this formula of mass over molar mass. We have mass, we have our formula, we can get our molar mass. I calculated that out already. So our mass is 5.40 grams. And we are going to divide by the molar mass, which is 100.46 grams per mole. So from this, we can find the number of moles, which is going to be 0.05375 with digits, moles of that. Now that we have that, we can find the concentration, which is going to be N. Move this over a little bit. So we have step two. C equals N over V. We have N, which we just found. Divided by volume. And we get a concentration of 0.2687 moles per liter, and this is perchloric acid. But we're not done yet because it's asking for the concentration of these two. So step number three is finding what the concentration of these are. So if we want to find the concentration of hydronium, we start with this. We have 0.2687 moles per liter of HClO4, and we are going to multiply that times our mole ratio. Immediately, our chemical equation is all balanced out, so our mole ratio is 1 to 1. And we get then our concentration is going to be H3O plus, which is going to be 0.2687. I'm just going to round that up to 0.269 moles per liter. So there we go. We have our concentration of hydronium, and the concentration of chlorate would be the same process. I'm just going to leave it out for now. If you're confused on how to do that, feel free to message me about it, and I'll give you a little info about it. But I just want to get through our unit analysis. So that's going to be that one. Now the next, so there's our first step. 2 seconds while I just clear off this sheet. Actually, sorry. All right, let's just erase this quickly. Just give you a breakdown of unit analysis. So this is the first method we're doing. The important thing is finding the hydronium ions there. And again, you'll see why. Because the hydronium part is what makes an acid an acid. The hydroxide is what makes a base a base. That's the important part. So now, a little bit quicker way is we can do unit analysis with what we know just to find the concentration of hydronium. So we have 5.40 grams. And to do unit analysis, we would do the ratio of 1 mole of HClO4 over the molar mass. That'll cancel out our grams. Next, we can do our mole ratio. Our mole ratio is 1 mole of hydronium. Let's write that a little clearer. For every 1 mole of perchloric acid, that gets rid of our moles of perchloric acid. And then we have moles of hydronium, which is good. And the last thing we got to do is we want concentration. So we just have to divide by our liters that we have, which we got right here because this is one solution. Our volume doesn't change. And then we are left with going to write it below our concentration of hydronium, which will be in moles per liter, because that's all that we have left over. And we would get a number of 0.269 moles per liter of hydronium. And we would do the same thing for the concentration of perchlorate. And yeah, if you have any other questions about that, let me know.